Good day from SeaWorld San Diego. We're here to check out what's new, but also see if the all-season and all-day dining plans are worth it. So we're going to look for this stuff, and I'll go point out all the restaurants, show you what they've got, and tell you what I think. Something worth pointing out about the all-day dining deal and all-season dining plan, they're not the same. The daily one, you get a Coke product along with entree and a side or dessert, and it says as often as every 60 minutes. Notice on the all-season one, there's not a as often as. You just get a lunch and a dinner. They don't advertise the time difference, but it's a 4-hour time difference. So you have to wait every 4 hours to get something. Now you have the Explorers Cafe. All season and the daily ones are applicable at all of the same restaurants. So we'll stop through and I'll point them all out. Very standard stuff, a lot of yellow things. So not the healthiest of options. I will say they do have an Impossible Burger as well, and it's actually really good. Here's where you can order. They also have a separate bar here, so they have a lot of beers on tap and flatbreads. Not 100% sure if the flatbreads are included with the dining plan though. The all-day dining, $35 for an adult, $20 for a child. And there you'll see the Impossible Burger. Really delicious. I actually get it quite often. The all-season dining plan is $120 for the whole year. I'm going to let you know what I think of each one of these restaurants. That one was never really my favorite. When they had the fish tacos, I liked it. Nothing else there, though, really stands out as anything amazing. I will say the Impossible Burger that they just recently added is quite good. I do go there for that. But as far as a ranking system goes, I'd probably give it a 5 or 6. The sign out for Seven Seas Food Festival. Definitely the best time of year here at SeaWorld. You'll see they also have one of the food booth information things up, pillars I guess. This is where they'll have like the brochures that you can get and information about different foods for each themed area. Unfortunately, the Sky Tower is still closed. You can see the little lake here is completely drained. It says it's closed for maintenance, but they still have the tree lights up. So I don't even think the ride can operate until they at least take those down. Baja Grill, this tree has so many petals everywhere. Just take a look. It's all over the floor, even by the Sausage Shack. Over by Dolphin Point, I wonder if they've been having issues with people losing stuff either in the water or dolphins taking them. Because this sign is new. Here's Shipwreck Reef Cafe. This is also on the dining plan. Here's a quick look at the menu. Now I will say, in the last year they've reduced it by a third. This used to have like 9 different options. Now you can see they've only got 6. Here's a look inside Shipwreck Cafe. It's very large and they have 2 sides. Rarely do I ever see the other side open, unless it's during the summer. Sometimes during the holidays as well. Alright, so Shipwreck Reef Cafe, for me, is kind of the opposite of Explorer Cafe. I used to not like Explorer, now I kind of do. I used to really like Shipwreck. I don't like it as much as I used to now. Mainly because they reduced the menu. They had some pretty good items that they got rid of. Still a great restaurant though, and I'd give them bonus points for theming. This is one of the best themed areas of the park. I mean, if you turn around and you'll see it's a ship, and in front of me, it's like the bow of the ship. So very awesome theming over here. I'd probably give this restaurant maybe a 7 out of 10, 6 or 7. I never noticed the writing though on the side of the ship. If you look very closely, you'll see some writing. Unfortunately with Tidal Twister, it's been closed a long time. The sign says for annual maintenance. Makes me wonder if that means it's going to take a year to fix. I actually thought they were getting close to finishing this ride, but not only are all the tires removed to move the coaster's gone. It's not on the track at all. Same with the other side. Wow. This is kind of strange because before you could walk back down here to the left and this whole area was closed off because they were doing something to the ground. Now they've fenced it this way and there's a tight little squeeze, but you can still get through, so that's nice. Here where the little arcade is, I kind of walked back in the corner. I saw this little path and it stops right here. But you get a pretty nice view of Shipwreck Rapids. It's like a nice little quiet getaway. This area is barricaded off because they're gonna set it up for the food festival. They're gonna have to change all these maps very soon, not just because that's over with, but they'll have to add the food and wine festival, but also Emperor, because Emperor is gonna be all back through here. So they have to move the map to the right. Here on the map is a list of all of the food options in the park, but the blue are the ones that we'll take a look at for the all-day dining deal. One I did not know about was the Pretzel Shop, because that's just like a snack thing. But here's the restaurants. So we already looked at Shipwreck and Explorers, so we still have a few more to go. Now I'm not sure what he's doing. I would say he's standing on his head, but he's not touching the bottom. That's probably his new trick to get more fish. That's right. He's gonna get more fish because he can stand on his head, sort of. I know, right? Sorry. Look at the menu, which has recently changed. They took away some of the things I really liked. You'll see it's quite packed inside today. Very similar to Shipwreck, where you just kind of grab things on a tray as you go, and then pay for them, and then go on outside to eat. Now, Mama Stella's used to be really high up there, but they took away my two favorite things that they had, which again is kind of weird. I thought they were delicious. It was like a arugula balsamic pizza, and then they had like this spicy pasta. They did add something really good that's new, pesto shrimp pasta. Don't pass that one up. I find myself still going to Mama Stella's a lot. I'd rate that restaurant 6. This is a little unique because it's just a window you go up to and you order, and they have a really small menu. This is it. They're basically like a cone, a wrapped up cone, almost like an ice cream cone, but much bigger, filled with French fries. And then you can either get chili verde pulled pork on top, crunchy tenders, which is basically just chicken tenders and fries, or a cheesesteak version. All right, now fry cones, I go there a lot, but I only get one thing, and I've only ever tried one thing, the chili verde pulled pork fry cone. It's amazing, absolutely love it. I would give that food item an 8. And because of that, I guess inherently I would give the whole place an 8. I can't speak for the other things. I'm sure the cheesesteak is just as good. The chicken fry cone is just chicken and fries, so I guess you can't really go wrong there. Nothing special on it. Before we walk around to the other restaurants, I was just kind of thinking about it. Is the all-day dining plan worth it? Yes, depending on how many people you're with. If you're alone or with 2 people, maybe. Most dishes can be anywhere from $11 to like $21, I think was the highest I saw. So if you get 2 items in one day, it's already paying for it. And you can always get something and share it with somebody else, and then get something else, share it with somebody else. And you also can get desserts, sides, drink. All day is definitely worth it if you're gonna be here a while and you're getting more than one thing. See back there, Pineapple Pete's, and here's a look at the menu. This one's a little unique because they've actually changed this up very recently. You got some seafood items, chicken and fries, but a lot of desserts. I actually always find myself forgetting Pineapple Pizzas even here. It's just like right there in the middle of the park, but it's just nothing memorable. I've only ever had the fish and chips there, which are good, but it's just not memorable. So 5, average 5. But that's, I see this gourmet grilled cheese stand. I can't for the life of me find this pretzel place that was on the map. Supposedly it has the all-season, all-day dining that you can do for it, but I would imagine it's just a little snack booth. I feel I should revise what I said about the all-day dining plan being worth it if you get 2 things. If you get like 2 fry cones, say you love fry cones, that doesn't equal the $35 initial price. So it depends what you get. If you get 2 like rib platters with rib and chicken and everything, $20-something, that's worth it. But not if you're getting the really cheap stuff. Bay Smokehouse. This one doesn't have a menu out front, which I always thought was a little odd. You've got to actually walk in there to see what. And here's what they offer. You'll see some of the more expensive items are at this restaurant. I never noticed the painting outside at Calypso Bay. Pretty nice. The actual building itself is very small. 2 sides, you just roll on up, grab what you want, just like most of the other restaurants here. The grill is fantastic. I'd probably give it an 8 straight off. I've had a lot of the different ribs, chicken, because you get the sampler platter and you get a little bit of everything. And it all tastes really good. That's kind of terrifying. It's like a zombie bear coming to strike at you. There's Emperor looking all sorts of shiny and new. I'm surprised though, because they still don't have anything out front. I thought they'd have like a huge fancy coming soon or coming this summer sign for the ride, but they don't. At least not yet. It's actually not a bad day for Atlantis. I'm kind of tempted to do it. Just recently reopened, but they haven't finished with the Ray Aquarium. Kind of surprising to see it like this. There's no roof at all. It's only a 5-minute wait, so we'll do it, but I think this is new. It looks like water comes down here and it says recycled water is used in this feature. So maybe when it rains or something? You can tell out front, they've definitely cleaned it up for this refurb. I wonder if they changed anything on the ride. But you can see that's where water will come out and go into this little trough here and then pour out in front. And I know it does because it has the squishy padding, so it's meant to get wet. Easy, they've added a screen and actually have a backstory.
Baxter. I'm actually not Dr. Baxter. I'm Maggie, social research intern.
Alright, so we're going to do this mainly because the ride has done a refurbishment, and I'm curious to see if they've changed anything on the inside. Like the little whirlpool they got going on over here. What about that sign that said the water effect was used by recycled water? Isn't all water recycled water? So for food, I stopped in the Explorer Cafe to get the Impossible Burger because it's just so great, and it's kind of a standard park item, so you can kind of gauge how everything else is. Granted, it's meatless, but you know, you get either a burger or chicken with fries. So far this whole season, $97 is how much I've spent on food. This is $15, so now we're at $112 I've spent on food. If I look at my annual pass, I got this on the 8th of January. Today is the February 22nd. So, I'm talking like a month and 10 days or so since I've gotten it. And $112, it costs $120. You can eat all year. The next meal I get, I will surpass that. And anything afterwards is essentially free. So I will be eating free for the rest of the year. So is the all-season dining plan worth it? In my case, absolutely 100% totally worth it. Because until next January, every time I come here, every meal will be free. And I'm here a lot though, sometimes once or twice every week. I've never gotten 2 meals per visit though, except one time. There was one time I came where I got a lunch item and a dinner item. Keep in mind, there is a 4-hour gap between the two. Now, they don't advertise that, and I actually didn't know that. They were kind of nice and gave me the dinner one that time, but you're supposed to wait 4 hours. Be mindful of that. Still though, fantastic deal. And keep in mind too, you can share. You're not really supposed to, but if you come with somebody and you want to split a meal item, do that. Definitely worth it. Now let's dig into this thing. Now, I've said it in the past when I've had this. This is my favorite Impossible Burger I've ever had. It's not even just the patty itself. Even the bun is really good. Everything on it is great. So SeaWorld's food, I haven't had anything I didn't like. A lot of things are better than the others, but everything is very good. So keep that in mind if you're considering the all-day or all-season dining plan. I finally found the elusive Pretzel Shop. It's actually over here by the SeaWorld store, and they do the dining plan. You see on the menu they have basically pretzels, but they have hot dogs and a pizza pretzel twist. Sounds really good, and I'll probably want to try it in the future. Regular pretzels, giant Bavarian pretzels. Look at this pizza pretzel twist. And hot dog. I'm gonna do it today from SeaWorld San Diego. Hopefully I was able to help you out deciding if the all-day dining or all-season dining was right for you. Also, I hope the walk around to all of the restaurants that offer it was useful. I'm really excited about this pretzel shop. It's actually right over there. I never noticed it at all until I was specifically looking for dining plan restaurants. That's the only one I haven't been to, and I really want to try out. that pizza pretzel twist because it looked really good. It looked almost like a French bread on a pretzel. So I'll definitely be trying that in the future. The dining plan, the all-season one, everything I get for the rest of the year is free. I've never tried the all-day dining though. But remember, with that one, every hour you can get a new meal. You have a wristband, so it's good for sharing, and a lot of the portions here are good for sharing with at least 2 people. But that is going to do it. Thank you all for watching. The caravan is moving on.